Ever been to a concert where one person ruined the vibe for everyone around them? I had the
Oh my
perfect
God.
night planned with my wife and friends until some entitled jerk decided the world revolved around her. She shoved, she slapped, and she screamed. But by the end of the night, she was soaking wet, phoneless, and begging strangers for help. And yeah, I was the reason why. If you've ever had your fun ruined by someone who just had to make everything about them, you're gonna love what happens next. Hit that like button, subscribe for more real-life karma stories, and get ready, because this revenge, it's deliciously wet. Let me set the stage. This was a few years ago, before life got crazy and concert tickets became small mortgages. My buddy and I surprised our wives with floor tickets to a rock show we'd all loved since college. This wasn't some wild mosh pit scene. It was mostly people in their late 30s and 40s. Cool, respectful, excited, but chill. Everyone had space, there was laughter in the air, and the energy? Electric. We found a perfect spot down by the stage, close enough to feel the bass, but far enough not to get elbowed. My wife wrapped her arm around mine. She smiled up at me. I remember thinking, this is going to be one of those perfect nights. I wish I was right. Enter her. I didn't catch her name, probably for the best. But if you've ever met an entitled tornado in a crop top, you know the type. Mid-20s, oversized sunglasses indoors, chewing gum like it personally wronged her, and stomping through the crowd like she paid for everyone's ticket. She came barreling through the pack floor, shoving bodies, throwing out lines like, "Ugh, you're too tall, move. This isn't your spot anyway. Seriously, get out of my way." And then she locked eyes with me, or maybe my wife. She leaned in, pointed to my wife, and said, "She's my friend, can I just—" Then, without waiting for a reply, she tried to wedge herself between us. Now listen, I'm not a confrontational guy, but you don't mess with my wife. I shifted slightly, standing shoulder to shoulder with my buddy, forming a mini-human shield. No words, just a clear message: you're not getting through. That should have been the end of it, but oh no. Little Miss Thang wasn't just entitled, she was theatrical. She started dancing, and I don't mean grooving. I mean wild, flailing limbs like she was possessed by the spirit of chaotic energy itself. Arms flung out, hips crashing into people, hair whipping around like she was trying to summon wind. That's when it happened. Whack! Her hand smacked me straight across the face, hard enough to sting. I turned. She didn't even look. She was too busy whipping her arms in the other direction, knocking into an older guy's beer. He gave her a look. She shrugged, completely unbothered. I clenched my jaw. Let it go, I told myself. She's drunk. She's annoying. Just let it go. Then, crunch. She stepped directly on my foot, the kind of stomp that sends pain shooting straight up your spine. I winced. No apology, not even eye contact. I glanced over at my wife. She gave me a sympathetic smile like, "You're being patient. I see it. I appreciate it." That moment was the only thing keeping me grounded. And then, whack. She hit me again. Same arm, same swing. This time on the other side of my face, like a flailing windshield wiper. Before I could even say anything, she turned her back to me again and started arguing with someone else she had bumped into. And that was my breaking point. You know that feeling, that slow, boiling rage when someone keeps crossing lines and nobody around seems to be doing anything? That helpless frustration when you're trying to be a good guy, but someone just keeps testing you? I felt all of it. And then I got an idea. I looked down at my beer. It was massive. 24 ounces, cold, still 3/4 full. And I looked at her purse. Slung loosely over her shoulder, slightly open, just hanging there, like an invitation. So while she argued and flailed in the other direction, I tilted my beer ever so slowly and poured. Not a splash, not a flick, a pour, straight into her purse. I could feel my heart pounding, not from fear, but from pure adrenaline. 3 women behind us saw what I did. One covered her mouth and gasped, then grinned. Another gave me a double thumbs up, and the third whispered to her friend, "He just poured beer in her bag," and they lost it. I turned back to the stage like nothing happened, didn't even look at her. About 20 minutes passed. The show went on, we danced, we laughed, and she kept being her obnoxious self, until she reached into her purse. Suddenly, everything stopped. She yanked her hand back like she touched acid, looked down, reached in again. Confusion, panic, horror. She pulled out her phone, or what used to be her phone. Now it was soaked, completely dead. Her eyes went wide. She looked around frantically, trying to find someone to blame. She locked eyes with me, or maybe my wife. She leaned in, pointed to my wife, and said, You, did you spill something in my bag?" I held up my beer. It was full, untouched. I raised an eyebrow, tilted my head, then turned my back on her. She exploded. She screamed at a security guard nearby who had clearly seen her causing chaos for the last hour, and he just shrugged. "Ma'am, you've been hitting people all night. Calm down or leave." That shut her up. After the show, we stepped outside into the cool night air. People buzzed about the encore, their favorite songs, their sore feet. And there she was, standing under a street lamp, hand in one hand, dangling like a dead fish, tears in her eyes, begging, "Can someone call me an Uber? Please, my phone isn't working. Please." No one stopped. No one helped. I walked by with my wife. Our eyes met. She opened her mouth, maybe to yell again, but I didn't give her the satisfaction. I just smiled and walked away. That moment, seeing her drenched in beer, helpless and ignored, it was better than any encore. I didn't scream at her, didn't push her, didn't stoop to her chaos. I just gave her a quiet, cold slice of karma, the kind that soaks right through your designer purse and into your soul. Looking back, maybe I went too far, but sometimes the universe uses people like me to teach lessons to people like her. Next time, maybe she'll keep her hands and her ego to herself. If this story made you feel even a little vindicated, smash that like button and tell me in the comments, what's the pettiest but most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? And hey, don't forget to subscribe. More stories like this are coming your way every week.